Hey guys, it's me, Chef. We are literally here on Wi-Fi right now to play a Wi-Fi draft league called NCP, run by my friend Bope. And we're here to do a very cool draft analysis. And we have two wonderful people in the call. We have Clyze. Hi, Clyze.
Hello.
And we have Central. Hi, Central. Show them your beautiful pipes. Show them your beautiful pipes. Sorry guys, Central's muted. He's a little shy right now. But he's going to be here and I'll read out his DMs and maybe I'll put them on the screen. There he is. there he is. Thanks, Central. Anyways guys, so yeah. Pokemon. I drafted them. And we're going to talk about them. That's going to be the first video. So unfortunately it spoils what Pokemon are on my team and there's no way to fix it. So we're just going to have to deal with it. Anyways. I had Clyde. You were pick 11, right?
Yeah.
So I was pick 9. It was me, Smaster, into Clyde. So we fortunately we kind of drafted together. So all of our teams are pretty nutty. And I decided that I wanted to have fun with this, and I wanted to draft a Pokemon that looks cool on Wi-Fi. So I picked up Garchomp round 1. I picked it up assuming that it was a 12-person draft, firstly. I assumed that something crazy would fall to me, and I was right. But I also just have not used Garchomp in a long time. The last time I used Garchomp was in Nat Dex League when I first started, and I really loved Garchomp. So I decided to try it again. I mean, it does everything, right? It sets hazards, it wins games, it breaks, it can go mixed. There's not much that it really can't do, right? I mean, everyone knows Garchomp's good, so I don't really know what else there is to say about it. Swiss Army knife guy, bulky, offensive, cool round 1 when you're close to wheel. And Central in our chat has said that he loves Garchomp. Oh, he loves it. Clyde, do you have any colored commentary for our pal Garchomp?
Great mod. Garchomp, really cool guy. You know, you could just always be a piece of shit if you want and run Dragon Tail, Hazard Stack, Rocky Helmet, and yeah. This mon's good.
He's great. I love him. Anyways, so going into round 2, as I mentioned, I figured that something stupid would fall. Especially, I could guarantee it since 2 of the 3 people behind me were willing to cooperate and draft things that they wanted while keeping things I wanted. And I think no, we didn't fight for it. I fought Zomb for the next Pokemon, but he took Terapagos, and I ended up with Darkrai. I've drafted Darkrai a few times. I think twice before this, and I've never really used it well. But I really like this Pokemon. It's very cool. It's a bit awkward sometimes because it's like strong, but not able to break teams open on its own. It needs a lot of support, but it's a fast speed tier, a very effective way of spreading status. Gets like all the good moves that you could want, like Taunt, Sucker Punch, Knockoff, like good little utility moves like that to stop setup or to be just an annoying asshole with just spamming knock. And has like perfect special coverage between Dark Pulse, Sludge Bomb, Ice Beam, of course. Cool guy. Also looks great on Wi-Fi. Fills out that speed tier, that top speed tier, so we won't have to worry about that for the rest of the draft. And Hypnosis is not banned in this league, so we'll be clicking Hypnosis, guys. This is foreshadowing, I think. This is subtle foreshadowing to my first 2 games. Because we're on week 2 right now, currently. But yeah, I like Darkrai. I don't know. You got anything else, Claes? It's just Darkrai.
It's just Darkrai. Cool mon, cool synergy with Garchomp because pressuring fairies on both sides helps. They want to be Fizz Def for Chomp, Spit Def for Darkrai, you know, all that.
Yep.
And they both get coverage hit them anyway, so I don't know. It's a cool pairing. I don't think I've ever seen it before, but I like the idea for sure.
Yeah. And I like the idea of this core, especially when you combine it with Zapdos. Yeah, so everyone know Darkrai Zapdos is like the best combo ever. Because Darkrai, you typically want to counterplay it with like Scarf, like offensively check it with like a Scarf U-turn or Scarf CC. Zapdos punishes those with static, of course. As well, Garchomp typically baits in like flying types and fairy types. Zapdos can destroy every flying type in the game, basically. Is there one that it doesn't with either Hurricane or Thunderbolt? I don't think so.
I don't know. Not really.
Yeah. It beats them all. So it works well as Garchomp as well.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, true. True. But yeah, it deals with all the flying types. It gets in and out really easily. It's a good pivot to get Darkrai in and to get Garchomp in to do their breaking. Or do their win condition stuff. Or Zapdos can be a win condition by just staying in the back and hitting Hurricanes. Which, I don't know. I've tried Zapdos when I first started draft, and I haven't drafted him since. And also, in my opinion, looks cool on Wi-Fi. Like, look at him. He's beautiful, right? Surely we all agree he looks beautiful. Wait.
Yeah.
Oh, my stream froze. Nice. Yeah, I mean, I've drafted 3 pretty basic Pokemon, but they have good synergy together offensively and defensively, honestly. But we have 2 big fairy weaknesses in our top guys, and we have 2 big ice weaknesses, so we wanted to grab a good steel type. So I went ahead and I grabbed Metagross, and I also made this one of our 2 Terra captains. I figured that I had enough strong Pokemon that didn't need Terra, that having like kind of a more middle of the pack Terra captain would be just kind of fine. And I mean, it's not like Terra Metagross isn't he, you know? I mean, it's a little bit different. It's not like I'm got a Bolt or anything. It's just a Metagross. There's of course like win conditions that this thing can do. It breaks down the fairies very effectively, switches into them too, which I really appreciate. Like, there are some steel types that you don't want to like have switch in on fairy type moves, and it kind of sucks. But Metagross can switch in and punish. More priority, always appreciated. Hazards, always appreciated if we want to do that. I don't know, man. Metagross is just really strong. It hits hard on the physical side. It's very hard to switch into for some teams. Unfortunate spoilers for our week 1 and 2 games. We fight Corviknight into Skarmory, so they will be having switch-ins to our Metagross, unfortunately. But I mean, it's still just a cool guy. I mean, it's another mon that like can do so many things, but I feel like I'm bad about talking about what Pokemon do, to be honest, because I feel like everyone been know. But what if someone don't know? Metagross also looks sick on Wi-Fi. It looks beautiful. The little like shine that it has, I love it so much.
You should get it shiny. And shiny looks even cooler at every year.
You're right. I should
you know, the gold X.
Yeah.
I nickname it MF Doom.
Cool. I named mine Hello Hi Colin 3.
Hello, hi Metagross.
Hi Metagross. Everyone say hi Metagross.
Hi Metagross. Don't just like kill me with heavy slam, because my god, those are strong.
Dude, it is. I like Metagross a lot. I've actually never gotten to draft it either.
Dude, it's so fun. It's one of my most drafted mons, I think.
I haven't seen it drafted with Terra, and well, very much. I have seen it drafted, but when it's drafted, it's never like the solo Terra captain. So I'm interested to see how it performs in that role this season. You know, maybe I'll end up being punished because it's like a little lower power level. What do you think about that, Mr. Kleis? I think I'll be cool, right?
Yeah, I mean, it is a lower power level, but I think it's still like a really strong Pokemon here that it won't end up mattering, and having like a mon that is just such a strong physical breaker really allows you to run like different kinds of Garchomps as well. Just knowing that this mon can just break teams open for, you know, all sorts of ways, and you know, pressures like waters and stuff that Zapdos will always beat, and steals that your top 3 will just kind of destroy anyways. So I think it's a good fit.
I agree. It's a cool guy. I think my top 4 is like perfect, and then I think the rest of my team fell off. But we'll see. But no. My team is fucking awesome. But my top 4 is so strong. Expect to see these guys probably almost every week. I like how they work together a lot. Anyways, speaking of Pokemon that I hate, the next Pokemon... Sorry, Central is being a hater in our chat. Next Pokemon I drafted, I hate this Pokemon. I only picked it because I needed removal. But otherwise, I think this is one of the worst Pokemon ever. Hi, Tentacruel. It's named Sad Face, very appropriately. I don't like this thing. I mean, it provides what it needs to, I guess. It's flipping burgers, man. I mean, it gets like momentum and knockoff and stabs. I don't know. This Pokemon's so disappointing. It doesn't do damage. It doesn't wall anything this generation. It just kind of spins and then dies. But I guess sometimes that's kind of all you need. Central in chat saying Chef when he doesn't have his Blastoise with like moaning emojis, and it's so true, man. I need my Blastoise so bad. I miss him so much. But yeah, I mean, Tentacruel gives me another fairy switch in outside of Metagross, so if like Metagross gets teared pretty early, at least I still have Tentacruel in the back, which could handle fairy types. It doesn't synergize poorly with the rest of my team at all. It's a good fit. It's good removal for Zapdos, which we need. We want a good consistent remover. It can absorb T-Spikes, I guess, but like every poison could do that, so I don't think it's like especially cool for Tentacruel. The only thing I like about it is its speed tier. I think that the flexibility with speed tier is pretty nice. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree.
It's like,
I don't know. Mon's okay.
Yeah.
It's kind of matchup fishy, but like it's the mid tier. It's kind of to be expected. Yeah. It was my first shiny I ever caught.
That's kind of sick. I mean, it's definitely like, it is matchup dependent, and it is just like so mid.
And it shuts down our boy Iron Buff.
It does shut down our boy Iron Moth until it clicks Psychic and it just fucking dies.
Look, he doesn't. I took like 28 from Psychic one time. It was so fun.
Damn, that's crazy. Maybe I'm sleeping on Tentacruel, but I don't know. I've used this Pokemon 3 times before, and every time, like, I used it the first time, I was like, okay, it's okay. And then every time since then, I've thought, this Pokemon sucks. But I drafted it again. I can't get away from this thing. So the next Pokemon I drafted, incredibly sick pick. A Pokemon that's never drafted. For good reason, but I picked it because I saw a replay. I've seen 2 replays of this Pokemon just absolutely pop off and just win in games that it has no right winning. I drafted Central's least favorite Pokemon. Also a Pokemon I've never seen on Wi-Fi, so hopefully I can clickbait this Pokemon. I drafted Terrakion. So Terrakion is a Pokemon for sure. This fills in our like 110 speed tier-ish adjacent. This is also our primary Dark Resist on our team, which is kind of funny. We're punishing like knockoffs with Justified. Another thing cool about our team is that we have Rough Skin, Static, and Justified. So have fun clicking knockoff a single time into our team. Good luck. We have ways to punish it on ways to punish it. And this is a Terra Captain. Did I say that?
I forget.
Okay.
So probably not? Yeah. I don't know.
It's not just Terrakion, it's Terrakion. Which I think helps it out just a little bit. It gets access to another typing, which is nice because it lacks coverage. It can give itself a better defensive typing as well to get out of its really poor defensive typing, but it's got good offensive like output with just like Stone Edge and CC. It does damage for the most part. It's just it can't boost its speed. It's a bit of a matchup fishy guy, but it's cool. And I feel like with Terra, it can kind of shine. And picking a guy like Metagross, where it's like kind of like a higher mid-tier Terra Captain with our Terra budget, this guy just fit perfectly. And I've kind of wanted to try him since I saw the 2 replays of just winning on accident, I feel like. I don't know, it just seems cool. It's a little underrated, I think. Not underrated, but just underused, I guess. I got it for, I think, 11 points, maybe 12. And I think that's about right for Terrakion.
It's 13.
It's 13? Okay. Maybe a bit of an overpay, but it's okay. Some people pay 13 for regular Terrakion, man. I'm not even mad about it, to be honest. It's 9 points.
I know someone who drafts this mon all the time.
Really? That's funny. He's cool. I mean, it's kind of very, very, what do you call it? Linear in how it plays. You're going to SD, you're going to be Scarf, you're going to be Banded. You can set rocks like once. You're going to click your stabs. Yay, Terrakion. I don't know what to say. You know?
Yeah. He used to have so much more aura, man.
He did. But he's cool. I'm excited to try him. Anyways, next pick. I picked up a comfort Pokemon. Someone that I just really like. I needed a fairy type, and I didn't really feel like thinking too hard about it. The options were like Screamtail or this guy. And as much as I want to try Screamtail, I also didn't want to draft a 7th Pokemon with, a 6th Pokemon with 100 base speed or higher. So I went ahead and I picked up Gardevoir. Gardevoir is such a comfort pick, man. I used it in 88 goals, and oh my god, this Pokemon is so sick. Like, its stats feel like it should be underwhelming, but it's, like, surprisingly bulky on the special side, and it's surprisingly strong. Its Moonblast is one of the hardest hitting Moonblast, it feels like, ever, like, in the format. Like, obviously there's Valiant, which hits a lot harder, but otherwise, I mean, dude, clicking Moonblast with Gardevoir, it feels satisfying. I don't know why. It gets the psychic moves, all the good ones. It gets perfect coverage. Utility moves like Encore, Will-O-Wisp, Trick. Does it get Thunder Wave? Pretty sure it gets Thunder Wave. I wouldn't be shocked.
I think it does. It was just a good mon.
It is.
Main issue is that it doesn't resist Dark as a fairy type, but I mean, like, it also gets Healing Wish, which is pretty nice for like Garchomp, which, you know, can rack up damage over time. Between like Life Orb and spikes and stuff. It's a good mon. The Moonblasts are really nice, and Mystical Fire to cover for the resist. It's like got pretty perfect coverage in any matchup, and yeah, also the AV set's deceptively bulky. Like this guy can shut down like Iron Bundles and stuff. It's pretty cool.
I one time took I think it was 42% from a crit Modest Specs Iron Bundle Hydro Pump, which is this Pokemon does not care about special hits. Also, Central in chat has woken up with I love Gardevoir, and then in parentheses he said would. So I think that's about where we're going to end this Pokemon section.
Yeah, he's looking at a male Gardevoir, by the
wait.
way.
He's so right. Anyways, next Pokemon. So this format had a lot of the top tier ghost type banned. Oh my god, I'm sorry. It's been a long day. A lot of the top tier ghosts that you typically see, like Dragapult and Spectre, they're gone. So it's kind of just Golden Go. But I was looking at my team and I was like, I feel like everyone is just going to want to run Terra Ghost into my team. And I also kind of I wanted a normal with that. And I also just kind of wanted a Pokemon that could, like, stop setup, I suppose, or, like, deter it in some way. So I picked up Porygon 2. I think Porygon 2 is, like, kind of really good for the price point that it's at. It gets a lot of, like, useful tools. Granted, it's typically just going to be running, like, Analytic, Recover, 3 attacks, to, like, shut down setup threats, or just to spam, like, Tri-Attack, Shadow Ball, Ice Beam, Thunderbolt. Like, that's, like, perfect coverage. It gets moves for every situation, it feels like. And it's just so bulky with Eviolite. And again, my team punishes knockoff pretty hard between Terrakion, Zapdos, and Garchomp, all having like contact punishing abilities or dark type punishing abilities. Central in chat with I like Porygon 2, it's my favorite Spectre answer. You're so right. This guy also gets like Porygon. Thunder Wave, it gets Trick. I don't know why we would ever click Trick with this thing, but it gets it. And it also gets Trick Room if we want to go for like an offensive Porygon 2 angle. If there's just really no normal resist or something, we could do such a thing. I don't know. It's another Pokemon that's just kind of, it does what it does, and you know, it's cool. Anything else to add, Clyde? You've drafted this thing before. You know it's just kind of cool. Like it's
this one's just cool. Like if it's not a fighting type, this guy can like check it in some way for like a certain amount of time. It's pretty helpful. And like fightings into your team already sound pretty miserable. It's like, yeah, have fun clicking close combat into Zapdos, buddy.
Yeah.
Like you drafted the one fucking fighting type that beats Zapdos, Terrakion.
I did do such a thing. And also like I was gonna say something profound and then just slipped out of my brain. It was 6 points. Like for 6 points, this Pokemon's kind of like really value, I think, because it can like with Eviolite, I would go so far as to say it's like borderline like stat monster territory, where like it can just do what it needs to do. It can just check and beat any one Pokemon that's not like a fighting type, right?
Yeah,
it certainly feels like it, at least, and I'm excited to play with this thing this season. I think it'll be really interesting. We might have a new Chef Classic on the team.
I remember I faced Central, and he had Terra Iron Boulder in 89 goals, and he didn't have a fighting type. And so the second I saw it was not a Terra Fighting Boulder, I was just like, all right, Porygon 2 is not taking more than 30% from any hit on his team.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened.
Anyways, so originally we had a Leafeon and a Cramorant on our team. But I didn't really see any value in them coming, and I made some transactions to pick up Ludicolo. Unfortunately, I don't own a Ludicolo, so we just have a Lombre in the box right now. But trust me, he'll evolve. We just added him to the team. We gotta train him up. We gotta love him a little bit, and then he'll become a beautiful, beautiful Ludicolo. So the entire reason that we draft this thing is because if you look at my team, water and ground types look a little spooky, especially Pokemon like Wellspring. It gets Encore as well for utility. Sorry, I'm also looking at these DMs that Central's sending, and it's all caps, and it's distracting the shit out of me. I keep just seeing all caps, just him screaming at me, and I'm scared. I'm so scared. Oh.
He's like, I don't like Ludicolo, and Chef doesn't own a Waterstone. Crying emoji. Oh, congrats, Central, man.
I need to look at this thing's moveset again, because to be honest, I just picked this thing up. It gets Encore and Knockoff, which are the cool things. It gets a little bit of utility through that. I don't actually have any, or no, I have just Gardevoir as my Encore user right now, so I actually don't mind it having Encore. Or I really appreciate that it does. It gets Swords Dance, which kind of goes hard. Quad Resist Wellspring and isn't weak to anything but U-Turn on it coverage-wise, so not the worst thing ever to bring into the Wellspring matchup, which is kind of what you want from a low-tier grass type, I think. I don't know, man. It's a Ludicolo. He's a guy. He's not that good.
He's
but
chill.
He's a guy. He gets recovery. Oh, he does dance. He's like a little dude. I think if I were to be a friend with a Pokemon, it might be Ludicolo. He seems like just a chill viber, man.
He really is, man.
Yeah. Anyways, so that's my team. I think it turned out pretty good. It's a little goofy.
I have a message from Wagon Fruit.
You have a message from Wagon Fruit. He went to bed hours ago.
He says your best Pokemon went into a Chinese restaurant and surprised the waitress by speaking perfect Chinese.
Garchomp goes into a Chinese restaurant and surprises the waitress by speaking perfect Chinese. Thank you, Wagon Fruit, for your colored commentary from the top ropes, if you will. But yeah, my team's a little goofy. I think past the first 4, I kind of just drafted Pokemon, I think it turned out a little silly. But honestly, I kind of like the vibe of it. The top 4 is just so consistent. Central all caps, drop Terrakion. It's not happening, buddy. I'm gonna force Terrakion to work somehow. I have a feeling it can. Will it work? We'll see. But yeah, I like my team, except for Tentacruel. If any coaches are watching this and want to trade removal with me, please, I'll give you Tentacruel for cheap, for free. I'll just give it to you, to be honest. I don't like this thing.
I don't know. This Mon's whatever, but you can just bring Porygon to you 7 times. You'll be fine with it.
My Elgato has turned up. Oh, it's because I just unplugged my... Hold on. Huzzah, we're back. Sorry, I unplugged my charger with my foot. There with my slide. Not my foot. I don't just sit around footless. Anyways, this video is getting weird. So, that's my team. That's my team, guys. That's my freaking team. I hope you guys like it. Because you guys are going to watch 8 weeks of it. Hopefully playoffs, but look at my team. We might not be making playoffs, guys. And the competition is pretty tough. There's 12 people, but all of them are pretty good players. So, we'll see what happens, guys. We'll be back next week for week 1, where we play Brother Yubby. Yeah, we play Brother Yubby. That's right. Who has a pretty freakish team as well. So we'll see how that goes. Okay. Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Hey, Central, can you show me your pipes real quick?
Bye.
Okay. He spoke. Oh my god. Dude, his mom's waking up. His mom's waking up. She's gonna kill him. His mom's waking up. She's gonna kill him. Okay, bye.